Good evening, everyone. My name is Eric Adams. I am the founder and CEO of Dog and Whistle, and just wanted to introduce our brand. So, Dog and Whistle, we are the only sustainable upcycled pet food company inside the U.S., the United States. Well, the thing that makes us different is that we actually take surplus ingredients from different distributors and restaurant partners, and we actually take that surplus and convert it to nutritious treats, meals, and toppers for your pet. So today we're just going to go over a couple of things just to kind of review our website and also share with you some exciting things of what's coming up next. So for our website, just to navigate a couple of things, we have our wet food toppers, our dried food toppers, as well as our treats. Our wet food toppers are primarily your meals. So we're looking at different style meals, 7 meals to be exact, and they have different proteins. So the cool thing about it is that we're not trying to sell you a subscription. They are absolutely available as a 8 ounce topper, and then if you decide to do it based off a subscription, you can actually purchase a subscription off uh, automated based off the size of your dog. So when we look at the best value for that plan, you can actually choose up to 15 pounds for a small puppy or 15 pounds for a small dog, and then the prices increase from there. You have full autonomy to stop your subscription whenever you feel you need to. But we also have that single bag, one time plan, one time option. So if you just want to try it, you can utilize it either as a wet food topper and add it to their current meal, but just to introduce wet food to your dog. The second thing that we have is going to be our dried food toppers. Our dried food toppers are very simple. We've taken that same practice with surplus ingredients and turned it into an actual powder that you can sprinkle on your dog's current meal. So we have beef, we have a sweet potato, we have a chicken and broccoli, and then we have a salmon and apples. The next is going to be our treats. Our treats are going to be a little different assortments that you would see from our competitors. So our competitors right now are doing a lot of beef and chicken treats. We're actually going to be focusing more on our apple treats, our sweet potato treats, and then our banana treats. These are going to be single ingredient treats, no artificials, no preservatives. So when we say single ingredient, it is primarily just the freshness of that product itself. And then our signature potiphores is going to be our 3 ingredient cookies. So we're looking at oat flour, peanut butter, and then banana. A couple more options that I would like to show you are our chickpea treats. So these are going to be plant-based protein treats that we have. And our chickpea-based treats are training nibs. So these are small enough where you can take on the go with you. And when we're talking about taking treats on the go, you don't have to have that situation where you're putting them in a Ziploc bag and different elements are interrupting that product itself. So, when you're taking beef treats or chicken treats, you're going to be going from different climates, humidity, things of that nature. That Ziploc bag may have some moisture inside of it, which could affect the freshness of it. With these plant-based treats, we're actually they're dehydrated chickpeas, and then we sprinkle a powder on top of that. We toss it in a coating of broccoli and beef to get it that good umami smell to it, and then it's safe for your dog to eat it as well as yourself as a pet parent. All of our products also have an environmental impact. So, for instance, every 5 ounce bag that you see, you're contributing to reduction in terms of CO2e or offsetting water usage in terms of reducing water usage. But then also you're finding that surplus ingredient a home within your home, so we're not actually putting it inside the landfill. Now, another core value of ours is that we want to ensure that it's easily trans understanding for our meals, our treats, as well as our toppers that us as pet parents can understand. A lot of different companies are using different preservatives and different ingredients to try to cut costs. And unfortunately, it seems like that's something that's happening across the board for a lot of companies. But we try to stay true. We don't try to. We stay true to that core value in terms of the product. It is what it is. We will not change that product. We will not do what we need to do to cut corners. We're not in the business of cutting corners. So when we look at our ingredient list, it's very simple: made with real beef and real broccoli. Um, they are 5 ounces in a pack. They are wholesome, no artificials, no different colors, no preservatives, just beef and broccoli. I'm a huge fan of beef and broccoli growing up, and that was a reason why we wanted to do something that was very special for our pets. When we're talking about our chicken cordon bleu, I have to give you a story. I went to school for culinary. I had dreams and aspirations of wanting to become a chef, but there was one thing that us as humans is that we, sometimes don't appreciate um, good, good, good art in terms of culinary, and some do. But the one thing that I will say is that our dogs are the ones that appreciate good meals, good smells, as well as the way that they feel. And us as pet parents, we're put at ease knowing that our dog had a really good meal or a good treat. Um, and what I just said, please don't take any knock to that. No disrespect. It's the truth, though. Sometimes we take the art for granted. And when we look at the chicken cordon bleu, it actually has a story. This was actually one of the first dishes that I learned how to make in culinary school, um, and went through the whole process. And I accidentally forgot to take out the toothpicks. So when my chef cut into it, I got scolded to the point where I had to redo it, and still failed the grade, failed the class at the time, or failed the test, excuse me. But rebounded from it. But this was my inspiration because our chickpea training nibs, the chicken cordon bleu, is dehydrated chicken powder as well as freeze dried cheese powder. And then when we're looking at our website is fully functional in terms of the user experience. We have our blog that you'll be able to log into, as well as more information about us and our shop. And then when you go over to your account information, you as a pet parent will have access to your account where you'll be able to put in all your information for your pet, uh, our information in regards to payment. We are on a secured server, so you won't have to worry about those issues. But we are fully dialing into the relationship with you as a pet parent because we truly care about what we do. We're based in the United States. All of our meals, all of our treats, and all of our toppers are made inside of a commercial kitchen. I actually had some to make earlier today, so I am one of those key employees that do a lot of making, creating inside the kitchen, and getting it to your door. And then when we're looking at the orders or the profile for you as a pet parent, one of the things that me as a founder and a creator was just so inspired to figure out, okay, how can we make this user experience better? There's a lot of apps, there's a lot of different companies out there that will provide you with fitness trackers, that will provide you with apps that can detect heart monitoring, that can detect medical records and upload medical records and things of that nature. But I wanted to show you something that's really special that we have created. This is going to be a demo for you as the pet parent, so you can check it out. And I would like to introduce to you the new profile for you as a dog and whistle customer. This is for dog and whistle customers only. This is called the Mindful Guardian. So the Mindful Guardian is actually going to be your new dashboard. Super excited to show you this, where you would actually be able to. It's a one-stop shop for everybody. We're looking at health monitoring. We're looking at wellness intakes, food intake, calorie intake, things of that nature. And there's also some cool, fun tools for you as a pet parent that can actually keep us motivated to actually do certain goals to continue our streak. So based off the predictions for Buddy, you would actually see the weight of Buddy, how many days of food he has left, as well as different predictions such as he may not gain weight at his current intake, as well as activity levels. Wet food is running out in 3 days, so you can have the ability to reorder now and not wait on us, as well as reminders such as dental cleaning that's likely needed within the next 60 days. We have different care goals. If you would like to ensure that you have a weight goal for Buddy, we can actually keep kind of hold ourselves as pet parents responsible in managing that weight as well as activity hours. And then you can see a trend in terms of what's healthy for Buddy. We're also looking at a medical timeline where you can see boosters, wellness checks, as well as different vaccines, and it gives us the dates on the side that can kind of remind us and preempt us so we don't have to wait on a text message from the veterinarian. You're able to track the movement and mood of Buddy as well. And then also, you as the pet parent, once again, you don't have to wait on us, but you can actually just hit that button to refill your subscription. That way, it does us a service where we can actually, in the kitchen, start your meals right away so we can have it to Buddy at the door. And just one thing to note, you can actually generate a share link with anyone, such as a veterinarian, a caregiver, or a pet boarding location. That way, they have all of Buddy's information. So we're reducing so much paper transfer that you won't even have to worry about it. Then we're looking at health records. You as the pet parent, you'll actually be able to upload the records either via desktop or via cell phone. That way you'll be able to take a picture of it, as well as putting different medications for Buddy. Latest insights such as weight, glucose monitoring, and then also different lab results we will have available for Buddy too, based on the stool samples that have been sent in. Activity and behavior. So this is actually going to be pretty fun. So we've created different accessing different API keys that could allow your Bluetooth device, wearable device for Buddy to actually communicate to your backend, your dashboard. That way we'll be able to monitor the health and safety, the movement of Buddy, the distance, as well as the activity, and then also different weekly goals, behavior, moods you'll be able to log, and then who actually walked Buddy, mom, dad, sis, and a reminder that the next walk is due at 8:30. Dietary logs, we're able to actually see the daily intake for your vet or your pet, excuse me, the recommended calorie intake. So if it's 2,000, then you'll be able to log the meal, the treat, the meal, and the treat. And then once you see that you've hit your, and then once you see that you hit your calorie intake for Buddy, you would actually be rewarded a streak goal. So congratulations, you hit day one of actually hitting the calorie goals for Buddy. That right there, I'm a big Vegas guy. I love when that dopamine hits. So this is Gristle's a great way of keeping us on track as well as ensuring that we're staying on track with feeding our pets. Through a camera function, you would actually have the ability to where you can cross compare different protein source preservatives and see how Dog and Whistle matches up against a kibble brand, as well as other wet food brands, as well as different ingredients such as artificial colors and what's in the green, what's good, and in the red may stay away. But we want to provide you with enough tools so where you're educated enough to make those decisions. And as a Dog and Whistle customer, we completely understand budgetary issues as well as just trying something new. But this will be a tool for you that we will have available as a continued Dog and Whistle customer, even just buying a bag of treats a week or a month. Purchase history will be able to assist you with keeping track of your purchases, such as supplements, wellness chews, food, chew toys. And then if you ever need a direct link, you can go into your dashboard and actually click the link to purchase it from your last location, such as dental sticks, poop bags, calming treats, and grooming spray. And then we give you some insights, right? We're actually helping you keep track and keep budget in terms of how much you're spending on food, medical, toys, and gear. And then you're going to be able to see how you compare to last month in terms of spending. This gives you as the pet parent a good budget function, especially when times are hard. You can look and see, okay, we spent a little bit too much on this area. We may need to dial back, but you can have a comparison to look at. And then we super excited just to have this little part here with the Guardian points, and we'll speak a little bit more about that momentarily. Our community hub is going to be your forum shop. So you as pet parents, you'll be able to communicate with each other within the Dog and Whistle platform. You got to keep it respectful, but we would have featured articles as well as different topics that we could talk about, and then recent activities we would be able to log. So this is a great communication forum for all Dog and Whistle pet parents. That way, you have any questions or you just want to come out and hang out in specific cities, you put into the form, hey guys, I'm going to be hanging out in Las Vegas. Who's going to be there for Super Zoo? Our form, hopefully, not hopefully, it will be popping, and then that way we are embracing that community side of it. Can My Dog Eat This is actually going to be our 3 minute webinar series that will be launching on YouTube within the next couple of weeks, where we're going to be highlighting different ingredients such as grapes, apples, oranges, watermelon, different grains, different fruits and veggies, and very simple, asking Dr. Aza, can my dog eat this? So we want to ensure that you as the pet parent are educated in terms of what your dog can have, especially in terms of moderation. Vet contacts, you would actually be able to update your vet contacts in regards to um, your primary vet. You'll be able to book appointments as well as call now, directions, and then message if need be, as well as different specialists within your network that you need to contact for the clinics or pet emergencies. And then you'll be able to log your recent visits, wellness exams, and update health documents. About household, when we talk about household, super important because we want to know within our household who's actually helping out with Buddy. So we have mom, dad, we have sis who helps out. But what about those members that is actually watching Buddy while we are away on vacation? So you would actually be able to grow your village by adding their email address and sending them an invite. So all information in regards to notes, food intake, calorie intake, things of that nature, veterinarian information, you would actually be able to have that information transferred over to you as a caregiver for Buddy. So if you're taking your pet to, if I'm taking Buddy to the sitter for the weekend, I will send that app or send that invite to the sitter so they have all the information they need to ensure that they feel comfortable, as well as me as the pet parent. We'll be able to share care log. So if we ever want to keep eye on how Buddy's doing, we'll be able to see as well as add notes. One thing to remember is that we want to ensure that Buddy is hitting his calorie goal and being logged because that also helps us with our streak. With our streak, we'll be able to retain guardian points. So it's all about dog parks. And this is a really cool feature in which you would be able to see which dog parks in your city are popping and which isn't. But us as pet parents, we want to be as active as possible, but we also, some may just want to be rewarded, right? A good tangible item to have by going to a specific park. So you as a pet parent, if you go to a park that is not as enticing as others, you will receive points by going to that park. You would still be able to accumulate those points by taking pictures of you and your dog in action, being active, logging that activity. And it also helps us because we can see which areas uh, that may be too overcrowded or too populated, but this gives you a real-time function of which park to visit, as well as different suggestions and options that those parks have, such as water fountains, shaded areas, and what's best for small dogs. And then you can utilize those points you have accumulated for special drops, $5 off, free shipping, free meal topper as examples. Batch and traceability, we're the only pet food company that's doing this just because we are the only pet food company that is probably being very transparent with our ingredients. So you would have the ability to where you can type in a different serial number and you can see the journey of your ingredients that's in your bag of treats as well as your meals or your toppers. So we could see that one of our batches came from Oregon. We can see that the amount of food waste that was rescued by working with this farm, as well as the water that was conserved, and then any type of lab quality scores that was being tested, we can see that story. And then it gives you a full journey from beginning to end in our kitchen for full preparation. Also gives you some information in regards to the farmer, such as Maria Chen, a little bit about her family farm, the background of the family, and it may resonate with you as a customer in Oregon because you're supporting an Oregon farm. Different nutritional facts, as well as the global impact that your purchase is doing. So it will be an updated global impact on you specifically on how you're helping the environment because you're a guardian. Transfer and rehome. So if there's ever a situation where you cannot take care of Buddy, you can put into our forum shop that our forum communication that I need help keeping my dog, and our other guardians would be able to assist you with different advice, different suggestions, or if there's a guardian that is on board for taking care of Buddy permanently, we could start a safe transition. So all of the information that you have put in with Buddy throughout the years on the Dog and Whistle platform, you would actually be able to transfer that information with no problem uh, with a initiate transfer by putting in their email, any additional notes. This will transfer all of Buddy's records, health history, as well as subscription. And this also gives us an opportunity to work with different shelters throughout the U.S. where they would have their own complimentary profile to see which fur babies may need some help, and then you can actually get their medical history as well as their feeding history, because I know that a lot of pet parents may rescue some pups and their meal may just be kibble while they're in the shelters, and you would like to do something special by wet food. This actually gives you the subscription history on how they were being fed. And then if you're interested in joining us, and then if you're interested in joining us as want to support us within our community, we are doing a raise of $50,000 of a goal. Or if you just want to be a customer, you can visit us at www.dogandwhistle.com. We would love to welcome you to our community. You can follow us at Dog and Whistle Co. As well as any questions, you can email us at info@dogandwhistle.com. And then, sorry, draw on the blank. That is the realness of this conversation. You can also have the ability to sign up for our beta testing, in which we will provide you with the email in this caption. But thank you so much for your time. Once again, my name is Eric Adams, founder and CEO, and have a great night. Thanks. Bye.